Officials were investigating Sunday what caused a crack in a Colorado ski lift that forced the evacuation of over 170 stranded skiers and snowboarders. The gondola lift at Winter Park Resort, about 70 miles west of Denver, automatically stopped when it detected the crack in a structural piece of the lift just after noon on Saturday, resort spokesperson Jen Miller said. People riding in the gondolas were lowered down by ropes over the course of about 5 hours, she said. No injuries were reported during the rescues, which came at the start of the busy holiday ski season. Ski patrollers entered the cabin of each gondola from above and lowered people's equipment to the ground before using a rope equipped with a seat to lower each of the 174 passengers to the ground, Miller said. Workers were replacing the section of the lift that cracked Sunday as state regulators and the lift's manufacturer worked with resort officials to investigate what caused the crack, Miller said. The resort still had 21 other lifts open. A Ukrainian fighter who was surrounded in the Kursk region of Russia has surrendered to the Russian military. The relevant images were spread on Russian Telegram channels. Addressing the Ukrainian fighter, the Russian soldier said that he had no way out, that his fellow soldiers had been killed, and that he might face the same fate. The Russian soldier, who said that there are corpses of Ukrainian soldiers around, promised that the Ukrainian fighter would be spared if he surrendered. Later, the fighter came out of his hiding place and surrendered to Russians.
4 минуты вам осталось. Выбирайте, жить или умереть на русской земле в руинах. Вас никогда не найдут, вас никогда не похоронят. Я вам дам сигарету и напою чаем. Выходите, хлопцы. Ваших тут нет. Район полностью под нашим контролем. Ваши побратимы лежат вокруг здания 200. Если вы не хотите стать внутри здания, в подвале, выходите.
Вот там встань. Залезай сейчас сюда.
К стене, к стене.
Не, тихо.
Нормально, иди.
Вылезай. Снимай с себя броню. Он один ходячий. Смотри под броней, чтобы ничего не было. Снимай бушлат, полностью снимай.
Бушлат в руки. Снимайте в руки сюда.
Two former Israeli spies have spoken to the U.S. network CBS about the deadly clandestine operation in which exploding electronic devices were used against Hezbollah militants. The recently retired senior intelligence agents shared specific details about the operation that targeted militants in Lebanon and Syria with exploding pagers and walkie-talkies. The agent spoke with CBS 60 Minutes program in a segment aired on Sunday night, wearing masks and speaking with altered voices to hide their identities. One agent said the operation started 10 years ago using walkie-talkies laden with hidden explosives, which Hezbollah didn't realize it was buying from Israel, its enemy. The walkie-talkies were not detonated until September, a day after booby-trapped pagers were set off. "We created a pretend world," said the officer, who went by the name Michael. Phase 2 of the plan, using the booby-trapped pagers, kicked in 2022 after Israel's Mossad intelligence agency learned Hezbollah had been buying pagers from a Taiwan-based company, the second officer said. The pagers had to be made slightly larger to accommodate the explosives hidden inside. They were tested on dummies multiple times to find the right amount of explosive that would hurt only the Hezbollah fighter and not anyone else in close proximity. Mossad also tested numerous ring tones to find one that sounded urgent enough to make someone pull the pager out of their pocket. The second agent, who went by the name Gabriel, said it took 2 weeks to convince Hezbollah to switch to the heftier pager, in part by using false ads on YouTube promoting the devices as dustproof, waterproof, providing a long battery life and more. The agent described the reaction of his director, seeing the pager for the first time. And he was furious. He was telling us there is no chance anyone would buy such a big device. It's not comfortable in the picket. Gabriel described the use of shell companies, including one based in Hungary, to dupe the Taiwanese firm, Gold Apollo, into unknowingly partnering with the Mossad. Hezbollah also was unaware it was working with Israel. Gabriel compared the ruse to a 1998 psychological film about a man who has no clue that he is living in a false world and his family and friends are actors paid to keep up the illusion. When they are buying from us, they have zero clue that they are buying from the Mossad, Gabriel said. We make like Truman Show, everything is controlled by us behind the scene. In their experience, everything is normal. Everything was 100% kosher, including businessmen, marketing, engineers, showroom, everything. By September, Hezbollah militants had 5,000 pagers in their pockets.
And he was furious. He was telling us, there is no chance that anyone will buy such a big device. It's not comfortable in their pockets. When they are buying from us, they have zero clue that they are buying from the Mossad. We make like Truman Show. Everything is controlled by us behind the scene. In their experience, everything is normal. Everything was 100% kosher, including businessmen, marketing, engineers, showroom, everything. The only one that will get injured is the terrorist himself. Even if his wife or his daughter will be just next to him, he's the only one that's going to be harmed.
Did you test for that?
Yes, we test everything triple, double, multiple times in order to make sure there's minimum damage.
The wind was taken out of Hezbollah's fight after the pager operation, and I'm hoping that it will have an effect also on the Hamas and hostage situation, because they're looking at their sides and they're seeing no one next to them. They're completely isolated now.
The Ukrainian Army Special Operations Forces have released footage of their operations against North Korean soldiers in the Kursk region of Russia. During the three-day operation conducted by the 8th Regiment's aerial reconnaissance, 77 Korean suicide bombers fighting in the Russian army were destroyed by drones. In addition, 40 Korean servicemen were injured, 15 vehicles and several armored combat vehicles were destroyed by explosions. As can be seen from the footage released by the Special Operations Forces, Korean soldiers who were moving in an open area and were attacked by drones are trying to escape in panic, while at the same time trying to shoot down the drones with small arms, but they are unable to do so. It should be noted that Ukrainian fighters who conducted surveillance from drones say that the Koreans' fighting style is similar to the methods of the era when military technologies were not developed.